and I was thinking how much I hate Poetry Month because, was there like a secret, council meeting where they're like, okay, poets, we're going to give you a month. And they didn't ask me. They didn't ask you guys. I mean, we don't want a month. We would like a millennia. And, they don't have Capitalist Month or Banker Month. They don't have Sculptor Month because the sculptors have picks and chisels, and they would never put up with that. So I have this poem about kind of hating Poetry Month. When, the poets James Wright and his son Franz Wright, when Franz told his father that he was a poet, James Wright said, "Congratulations, you're a poet. Welcome to hell." So this is called Good Luck. I had not been able to make more than $39.95 in tips writing poetry without putting on a wood nymph costume and performing well-structured spoken word lap dances for the local VFW MFA CIA after school crowd. And I forgot to become a teacher or a doctor or even master enough social skills to work in retail. And I couldn't figure out how to become a dental hygienist, and therefore was about to end up in the gutter, which seems sad because it was so cliche. Plus, there isn't a lot of room there right now. So I decided to make one last attempt at saving myself by writing so many poems that fill up the abysmal sucking hole in my life, and I'd be able to climb out and even have at least one poem left over to put in an anthology if anyone found it on the bottom of their shoe and wanted it. I discovered a magazine in the laundromat where I had 2 more days of lodging before I went to the gutter. The magazine was sleek and advised me that the most successful and constructive approach for staying out of the gutter, but not necessarily the insane asylum, which at least has indoor plumbing and albeit forced but excellent medication, would be to write 100 poems in 100 days. It took me 9 days to collect enough paper and 13 days to find a pencil. But by day 37, I had 3 syllables of a haiku praising white paper and 1 whining triolet about the war. By day 50, I had added the word snow as the 4th syllable in my masterfully spare haiku praising white paper snow. On day 51, I mailed my letter of resignation to the chthonic heads of the Department of Forced Rhyme and Poetic Defenestration. Of course, I couldn't legally write anything or not write anything until I heard back from them, freeing me from the burden of all poetic monikers that had sounded so good so many years ago when I tried to explain why I spent so much time sleeping and when awake spent so much time trying to calculate the subtle differential of fuchsia sunset in relation to the higher volume and lilt of birdsong between the melodic hours of twilight and methadone. So I found myself a fairly wide space of gutter with some other people I knew who were also waiting for their careers in mime, storytelling, and interpretive dance to be formally defenestrated. 30 years later, the chthonic heads finally mailed me a newsletter composed of 2 articles, both entitled Good Luck, and a bumper sticker for my shopping cart, enabling me to park for free in all naturally formed geodesic domes with ice walls and swirling ceilings in the state of New York. They also granted me a privileged spot within 4 feet of any and all blooming century plants, providing I document what I see in 20 lines or less, incorporating the words chevrotain and pomegranate wherever possible. Yesterday, I added a 5th syllable to my haiku, hell.